That's better. Hello, folks. How are you all? I hope you are all well. As little Stuart sits and chokes himself here, would I just get the comments on here? So we are. Our TJ is over in YouTube. It's nice to see everybody. Don't panic there when you first switch on because I went quick because I forgot to turn my mic on. Well, I hope you are all well. Welcome to the chat zone with SC. Nice to see you. It's Tuesday again. Where has the week gone? First of all, folks, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who sent me the kind messages about me being, I wasn't really in hospital, it was a private clinic, nothing but best for me. About me eye, and I'm going to be honest with you, as you can see, it's just been absolutely amazing. I got my last eye done quite a few years ago there, and I couldn't open my eye for over a week, so I couldn't, and it's such a difference. I don't know if it's because it was done in a private clinic or whatever, but it was such a change. It's unbelievable. You know what I mean? It's a week tomorrow, and my eye has been, touch wood, absolutely fine. Yes, it's a bit irritated. Yes, it's a bit red, but there's been no issues at all. Last time I couldn't open my eye for over a week. So I just want to say thank you so much, folks, for all your kind messages. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the roll call. We are live tonight on Facebook, and we are also live tonight on YouTube as well. So if you are in, please comment and let me know that you are about. So we'll just do YouTube first. Our TJ, AJ, TJ, I keep calling him. Our AJ is over on YouTube doing Bouncer. Hi AJ, nice to see you. And our Lee Ludlow is over on YouTube as well. Good evening, everyone. He's got his backpack. I'll tell you all about the coach trip in a minute, but I have a load to get through first. So I'll do the roll call first, and let's see who's in. Shelley Griffin's in on YouTube as well. Hi, Shelley, all the way from our Canada. Nice to see you, our Shelley, love. Nice to see you. Right, so let's go back to the very beginning of all the comments and see who's in. I was going to say the Natter House there. The Chatter House. I'm going to call it from now on. It's the Chatter House, okay? Right, so straight through the door was our Sue Mail. It's nice to see you, Sue. I haven't heard from you in ages. I hope you're doing okay, our Sue. Our Miss Chatterbox, or Chatterhouse herself, Michelle McGrogan. Good evening, all. Sit back and relax and enjoy our coach trip. I'll tell you what everybody's doing in the coach trip in a minute. Sarah Simpson is in as well. Nice to see you, Sarah. Sam Davison is in. Hello from me and Felice. She's saving her data again. Don't forget, folks, you must comment for me to say hello. Our Tracy's in. Our Wee Wees is in. Nice to see you, Tracy. Sean Burns is in over on Facebook as well. Nice to see you, our Sean. Catherine Playfair. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're well, love. Hello, Stuart and everyone. Sean saying hello to everyone. Jackie McFarland is this if one day you should become a singer with a Spanish bum who sings for women of great virtue. Again, you're not on tonight. Carrie Ferguson's in, my local historian. She's talking to Samantha Scott. One of our Samantha get in tonight because she's been having problems getting in here, so she has. And Carrie's saying hello. R. Johnson. R. Johnson, our Lillian's nephew. He's in as well. Nice to see you, John. Jackie saying hello to everyone. Carrie saying, Jackie saying hello. Michelle saying Carrie Ferguson, whatever. Sam saying hello from me and Phyllis again. Sean says, did you get a kerfuffle with the doc? No. It wasn't me who wanted the kerfuffle with the doc. It was Lillian. She was down with me holding my hand. But that's not what she wanted to hold. She wanted to see the doctor and she's seen him. That's another story. Tracy said hello to everybody. Sean saying, oh God. Carrie's saying hello to Jackie. Are Jamie's in? Are we Jamie's in? Jamie and his magic torch waving about. Anybody who doesn't know, our Jamie is a rapper, so there you go. And I'm not rapping tonight because I always frig it up. So it's nice to see our Jamie in as well. Carrie said, Carrie Ferguson's being a social butterfly. She said hello to everybody. Uh-huh. Right. A few things to tell you. Right. First of all, Auntie Lillian's going to be here on Friday night for Check It Out with Auntie Lillian, and she's going to be trying supermarket sandwiches. Now, I have an update. Uh, yes, John. Sorry, can I just say something here? John's asking about Ricky. Ricky is actually away in the Lake District at the moment, away seeing his children and stuff. Because I messaged him today because I hadn't seen or heard from him. I was a wee bit worried about our but he's actually okay. He's actually away at the moment, and he says he'll be back next week. So our Ricky is fine, alive, and well. Carrie said, hang on. There's more here. Oh, there's not. No. Right. So, what was going to say? Yes, people have been sending me messages about suggestions for Lillian sandwiches on Friday. Now, I have to confirm that the birthday cake sandwich from Tesco's and also I didn't even know this existed until Tracy sent me this today, the Galaxy chocolate one as well are not available in Northern Ireland. Because I contacted Tesco's today because I've had everybody, our Michelle McGrogan was out hunting for it and everything. So they are not available in Northern Ireland. So we are left out again. And their response was, if a lot of people ask for it, we will send them over. Have you ever heard anything ridiculous in all your life? It's absolutely disgusting. We get the last of everything. It's not desperate. So Annie Onion will be trying out sandwiches on Friday night. Just to let you know, folks, as well. This will be a Facebook only event on Friday night too, just to let you know. Because I haven't done one for a while. We haven't done one for a while just for the group only. So it's a Facebook event only. So make sure you mark going for Friday night at 8 o'clock. Check it out with Auntie Lillian. And another reason why I'm doing it on Facebook only as well is because I'm having issues with Auntie Lillian's YouTube channel about going live. I do not know why, because there's enough subscribers. I have contacted YouTube, and it takes them about 16 years to get back to you. So we will get it sorted out. Maria Tateson, Maria, you've got to see her. Another thing as well, folks, just want to say thank you so much for all your positive feedback about the wee videos that were put up during the week. First of all, the one about the history of Lisburn, and also about our Maria's grandfather there, the one that I did about myself. Lillian did one about, no, Lillian did one about Mickey Marley, and I did one about Lisburn, and that is, Mickey Marley was our Maria's grandfather. So there you go. So thank you so much for the feedback of them, because everybody really, really enjoyed them. So I will be doing more of those bits and pieces as well. Right. Also, folks, I have an exclusive for you. We are going to have a visitor to the Chatterhouse. And I think he's coming next week. I am going to be speaking to him tomorrow. And I'm going to show you who it is, if I can get this working right. Oh, I hit the wrong thing there. Oh, look, I'm all over the place. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Right, hang on. Right, so let me introduce you to Matthew. Hang on. Matthew Clemson. Now, Matthew Clemson is from London. There's our Matthew. I was talking to him today, and he's a lovely wee fella. And Matthew is over in London, and he has recently become an author of two books, which he has released now on Amazon. Now, Matthew, without getting into a sob story or anything, because he'll probably not appreciate that, but Matthew has grew up all his life with ADHD and also autism. So to come from that to develop and to become established author, I think is absolutely amazing. So Matthew hopefully will be joining us next week. He has said yes, but I just haven't got the date confirmed. But he has said yes, he would love to do it. His books are very interesting as well. His books are a very dark subject, which we all love in the Chatterhouse. Yes, they are about unexplained murders and all over whatever. So this will be coming up. I'm hoping to have him here next Tuesday. If I don't, I will do maybe a wee special one next Friday or something. But he has said yes. He doesn't look very old either. I haven't got very much information about him. I have been following him on TikTok and stuff. He's on Facebook as well. But for someone who's grew up with autism and ADHD to get two books published is a big achievement. So my hat's off to him. So that's our Matthew. So hopefully he will be here sometime next week. How on? Right. Okay, folks. So tonight, we'll celebrate the night we are going on a coach trip. And this Stuart's virtual coach trip. Yes, this is Stuart's virtual coach trip. So picture this. We've got our Michelle McGrogan, Miss Chatterhouse herself. She's driving the coach. Will Millen's in and our Kathy Ling's in, our Will's in there. He's thinking about getting a bike. He's chipped her to me. Their wives getting organised. And I like our Will. You get a gag out of our Will. Right. So, our Michelle McGrogan is driving the bus. Carrie Ferguson, my local historian, she's doing tour guide. She's up and down the aisles, escorting everybody, telling everybody what's coming up and whatever. So just picture this, right? Phyllis and Sam and Lillian were out this morning and yesterday going around all the funerals to get the sandwiches. They were going around getting all the sandwiches for the lunches. So there were our fellas. Lillian was raging because our fellas got the most. She got the most. Sam was eating more than he was getting. Well, anyway. So this is the preparation. So that's the food got. Carrie's doing the whatever. Michelle McGrogan's driving the bus. Our Tracy Wee-Wee's sitting up the back with Carrie. I won't be like her. John McMaster, I don't know what he's doing. He's sort of there. Jackie McFarlane, I don't know what she's doing either. She's sitting drinking a bottle of cider. And we're on our travels. Our Will will not even go into what he's doing. God knows what he'll be doing there. Right, okay. Stuart gets himself comfortable. Why are you shaking yourself, Stuart? You're not going in tonight. Right, okay. So, we are going on a journey. And as we go on this journey, I am going to be telling you about certain areas of Northern Ireland tonight. And I'm going to be quite honest with you. Carrie says, why can I see you actually tearing funerals and grabbing sandwiches in her hand? Who's actually putting it in their Tupperware, Carrie? Right. So here's your sheets coming. Right. So we're going on a journey. And what we're going to do is we're going to stop at certain parts of the journey. Now, Will says I'll be farting at the back of the bus. Lovely. It's not desperate. Open the windows, please. Or Will's shitting himself. Right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going on certain parts of the journey. So Michelle's starting the engine. Michelle's revving it up. See how Michelle can drive buses? She used to drive tractors now. Oh, desperate there. William, you're not on tonight. Right, so we're on our journey. And we're leaving Lisburn. And everybody's meeting at wherever, Smithfield Market. Oh, I forgot about our Sean. What's he doing? Sean says he's taking his tools in case the bus breaks down. Sean, you can do Jack, dear. You can hold it up if it breaks down, dear. No, in your height. Right. So we all met at Smithfield in Lisburn. Yes, and we all got on the bus. Everybody's crowded on. Michelle's cranked it up. And where are we heading to? We're heading out to Hillsborough. Carrie says, stop the bus, I need a wee wee. Stop the bus, I need a wee wee. Stop the... Carrie, there's a toilet on the bus. We got one with a toilet. John says, have you got a a blue badge so I don't have to walk far my brace. We'll get you a chair. We'll get you a chair, John. John, I tie my scooter to the back of the bus and you can use that. I tell you, some of all got vivid imaginations. Right, so we're on the bus. Michelle's cranked it up, right? There's our Killian in, right? Killian, love. So we've cranked the bus up and we're on our way. We're on our way. And where we're going to, we're heading out to Hillsborough first of all. This is a long journey, so I'll have to be quick. So our first port of call tonight is Hillsborough Castle. Maria Tate says, I'm going to get a skateboard. I will get you a skateboard, Maria. Maria, you can get on the bus. You're right on the bus. You don't need a skateboard. Right, so we're heading out to Hillsborough Castle. So we're heading out past Sprucefield. Heading out past Marks and Spencer's. Out the carriageway. John says, come stop at B&M. No, we're not stopping at B&M because Lillian's in the bus and she doesn't go to B&M. And you know that. You're trying to wind her up. And she's not even here. Can I steal you a clock from the castle? You could. Well, I need something for here. Suggestions on a postcard. Right, okay, so let's get moving. Let's get the wheels on the bus go round and round. Up the carriageway we go. Right. So we're going to Hillsborough Castle. So we're just pulling into Hillsborough Castle, where the King and Camilla goes. Her looks like Audrey Roberts. Right. Hillsborough Castle is an official government residence, folks, in case you didn't know, in Northern Ireland. It is the official residence of the Secretary of State of Northern Ireland and the official residence in Northern Ireland of the British monarch and their other members of the British royal family when they visit the region, as well as a guest house for prominent international visitors. The official entrance of Hillsborough Castle from 1924 until the posts. The official residence of Hillsborough Castle until the post was abolished in 1973 was the official residence of the Governor of Northern Ireland. Since April 2014, it has been managed by the Historical Royal Palaces and is open to paying members of the public. And they also have shop mobility out there too, so you could get a scooter out there too. Jackie says, come we stop. Jimmy says, I'll get my bus stop pass. Jackie says, can we stop at the license? We need more cider. Sam says, that's because the sandwiches have come out. Will says, you're right, few queens in there the night. John says, I think I can see Big Julian on the carriageway. John. Sue says, you're going for the blow as the growing it up there. And Will Mellon says, rainbow flag has been put up. It would blow the head off you. Off that, right? Right, so we're out at Hillsborough. So let's have a wee juke at Hillsborough Castle, because they have did a lot of work to it recently. Now, I'm not going to bore you tonight. These videos are only about 3 to 4 minutes long. It's just to give everybody a taster of what we have here, because a lot of things like, there's nothing here to go to, you know. Here's a bit of history. Carrie says, Queen Elizabeth II's uncle was Governor of Northern Ireland. She spent time over the summers in Hillsborough. And Sean's replying to Jaws, May Macbeth's with him. These are really borderlining because Lillian's on that bus. Right, let's crank up the video. This is Hillsborough Castle and Gardens, if Stuart can find it. Hang on. Where's Hillsborough Castle? Right, I'll be back in 2 ticks. Oh, hang on, we've still got Matthew up there. Bye bye, Matthew. Okay, here we go. When I turn my mic off because I don't want.
Hillsborough Castle and Gardens has been transformed both inside and out. Over the past 5 years, Historic Royal Palaces have worked with a number of specialist craftspeople to really elegantly and beautifully restore the castle on the inside, but also to transform and reimagine the gardens as well for visitors to enjoy.
The grounds at Hillsborough extend to 98 acres on this site, and then we also look after the grounds of the fort across the road, so 110 acres in total. You come in first of all to the walled garden, and that opens out in front of you with the beautiful double herbaceous borders leading up to the pavilion in the centre.
This walled garden has undergone a total reimagination. The layout is modelled on the original layout from plans from the beginning of when the walled garden was originally built. There's so much here to see in this 4-acre space in the walled garden. There's such a range of crops, from heritage varieties to the more modern equivalents.
It's designed to be both ornamental and productive. So we're producing vegetables and fruit for use by the Yellow Door Cafe.
And the chefs come out and harvest it, and a couple of hours later, at the very most, it has been served on the plate. So you don't get much fresher than that.
The rooms within the castle were all represented, particularly the throne room and the drawing room. We removed each of the pieces of the collection and then allowed the contractors to come in, whether they were gilders, whether they were polishing the floors, whether they were painting. Once the rooms had been handed back to us after the representation, it was my duty to actually take each piece of the collection and reinstall it into the rooms, along with my colleagues from London.
We have art here on loan from the Royal Collection, the Shaw Collection, the Victoria and Albert Museum, National Museums Northern Ireland, really significant pieces of art. For instance, the throne room, the themes of the art there look at rule and power and law and justice. We also have the Red Room, which has a very dense cabinet hang of highly decorative, smaller, intimate pieces of art. To contrast with that, we also have a really interesting collection of contemporary Ulster art that represents the taste of the royal family, including both His Royal Highness the Prince of Wales and Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, who herself was a very avid collector of Irish art. We are introducing a number of particular guided tours that focus on the art, royal histories and political histories.
In addition to the transformation that took place at the castle itself, we have added a brand new lower visitor facility to our offering here at Hillsborough Castle. Within the lower visitor centre, we have a brand new restaurant and coffee shop and a new retail space as well. So it really is a destination in of itself. And on the upper site, we have a new stable yard and tea room and learning space as well. So we work with a number of people from the local community, and they get to come into the Clore Learning Facility, which is the first of its kind in Ireland.
It's a fantastic resource where we have 3 learning spaces where we can not only provide curriculum linked sessions for schools from Key Stage 1 right the way through to A level, but we also have a space for adult learning, for family learning. We programme regularly family events in the garden so that families can discover what grows here, who lives here in the woods and the streams, in the glen.
Now we're open for everybody to come and really, really enjoy the space. We spent a lot of time and energy making it a really friendly environment for people to enjoy. The team are a great bunch, so no matter what weather you come into Hillsborough Castle, it could be raining down, but our guys are all about making you feel really welcome and at home within the castle and sharing all of their magical knowledge that they have about our castle and about our grounds.
And there you go, folks. That is Hillsborough Castle. Our Tim's just entered. Evening, Stuart. Sorry I'm late. I've been running after a coach for the last 5 minutes. That's all right, our Tim. We've stopped. You've caught up. So there you go. But it's not absolutely beautiful. Plus, they've also got those little classrooms and stuff in there for the children and also the adults. So that's, pardon me, that's Hillsborough Castle. So, right, everybody back in the bus. It was a quick visit. There's our Phyllis in the toilet. There's our Sam in the toilet. Tell them to hurry up. Right, so we're heading off on the bus. Michelle's cranking up the bus again. Hang on a minute. Carrie says, for anyone on UC, you can get up to 6 tickets per household for £1 per ticket to the castle gardens. So it can be very affordable a day out. So if you're on universal credit, you can get up to 6 tickets for £1 a ticket. Isn't that absolutely fantastic? Isn't that amazing? Right, so we're back in the bus. AJ says he's going behind with the tractor and the little loader. Lovely. So we're on the bus. Michelle's cranking the bus up again, and we're on our travels. The wheels on the bus go round and round. And this is a longer stretch because we're heading now to Tullymore Forest Park. Tullymore Forest Park in Northern Ireland is located at Bransford near the town of Newcastle in the Mourne and Slieve Croob area and it's an area of outstanding natural beauty. It became the first state forest park to be established in Northern Ireland on the 2nd of June 1955. It covers an area of 630, I can't say this word, hectares. That's 1,600 acres at the foot of the Mourne Mountains, and has views of the surrounding mountains and the sea of nearby Newcastle. The Shimna River flows through the park, where it is crossed by 16 bridges, the earliest dating to 1726. The river is a spawning ground for salmon and trout, and is an area of special scientific interest due to its geology, flora, and fauna. I don't even know what that means. The forest has 4 walking trails, signposted by different coloured arrows, the longest being the Long Haul Trail, which is 8 miles, 13 kilometres long. It was listed in the Sunday Times top 20 British picnic sites for 2000. The forest park has been managed by the Forest Service since they purchased it from the Roden estate in 1941. Tim says, is there a spare seat in the coach where I sit in the wagon area? No seat. No, Tim, I've kept you a seat. Andy says you can sit in Onions knee. Lovely. Carrie says, Tullymore Forest is beautiful. Was used in the filming location for the Game of Thrones. 2 for any of you screen buffs out there. And Sam says, it's been 40 years since I've been to Tullymore Forest Park. Well, Sam, I'm going to take you to Tullymore Forest Park to give you a wee bit of a joke. So here we go. Here's Tullymore. Now, get the picnic baskets out, get the funeral sandwiches out that Lillian and Phyllis and Sam stole, because we'll have a wee picnic while we're here. So here's our Tullymore. Would I just tell you something, folks? Wasn't that an absolutely beautiful video? And Tracy just said something there very, very true, very peaceful and calming. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? You know what I mean? These videos are all available on YouTube. Stuart nicked them. Yes, they are absolutely beautiful. So that's Tullymore. And I just want to give you a wee bit. I just want to, do you know, another reason why I'm doing this as well, folks, because I am aware that some people can't get to these places. So I just want to show you some of these places that maybe you can't get to, you know. Just a wee bit of history about Tullymore. The early history was the name Tullymore was as Tulloch Moor, is derived from large hill or mound, referring to two hills. So it is, and basically, there's another wee bit here. How on, I can't change this sheet here. It says also approximately 250 meters high, which are located within the forest boundary. Their official names have been recorded as Slieve Nair, possibly, I can't pronounce this because it's Irish, it's Slieve and Arwar, meaning the mountains of the shepherd, and Slieve Snarnan, from either snarben, meaning to creep, or snarben, meaning a cataract. Lovely. However, they are more commonly known as the Drins, and Currahard, I can't pronounce these words, Currahard, meaning ridge, and marshy upland, respectively. So that is, it's absolutely beautiful, folks. So that is Tullymore. Right, hang on. Now, Tim says, what's your taste with those pronunciations? Sure. Tim, I can't speak Irish. I can't read it either, so I'm trying my best. Right, folks, so has everybody finished their sandwiches? Has everybody finished their tea? Because we're getting on the bus again, but we're not going far this time. No. We're going to Newcastle. Are we going to Newcastle? Yes, we're going to Newcastle. Now, anybody on the mainland, like our Tim and all there, we have Newcastle here, which is in the County Down as well. And Newcastle is a small seaside resort town in County Down, Northern Ireland, which has the population of 8,298, and that was in 2021 census. It lies by the Irish Sea at the foot of Slieve Donard, the highest of the Mourne Mountains. Newcastle is known for its sandy beaches, forests, Donard Forest, and also Tullymore, and mountains. The town lies within the Newry, Mourne and Down district. The town aims to promote itself as the activity resort for Northern Ireland. It has benefited from a multi-million-pound upgrade to the promenade and Main Street. The town is twinned with New Ross, County Wexford, in the Republic of Ireland. The name of the town is thought to derive from the castle built by Felix McGuinness of the McGuinness clan in 1588, which stood at the mouth of Shimna River. This castle was demolished in 1830. The town is referred to as Newcastle in the Annals of the Four Masters of 1433. So it's likely that he built on the site of an existing structure. So let's have a wee duke at Newcastle. Oh, great, I can get an ice cream and mods. Well says. Tim says he didn't get any sandwiches. Lillian took them all. She never changes. All right, Tim, I have you some egg and onion. And AJ says Newcastle's brilliant for the caravan because a lot of people have caravans in Newcastle. So let's have a wee jig at our Newcastle. And I actually think this video actually shows some accommodation and stuff as well. Now, I think some of them are like Google sort of images, so they are a wee bit hard to see if you're looking on a phone. But you'll get the general gist. So here we go. I'm sitting here and I'm like, I don't know what. I'm like Judith Chalmers. So here we go. Here's Newcastle. Sorry, see, this is the problem. I have to turn my mic off when the videos are on because you get the echo. I do apologise. So I was saying it again. Sam says the last time he was in Newcastle, he was cycled down along. It was when Fergie and Prince Andrew got married in 1986. Hope you can all hear me now. Yes, you can hear me now. And Tim says, was that Heritage Building a little? Tim, as I said, there, we're very resourceful here. We don't waste buildings. I think it actually was a little. Sam says, we were supposed to stay a few days, but my best mate's granny gave us pasty steak. My friend at his up. I opened mine and was crawling with maggots. I never went back. Lovely, Sam, you'd end up in the toilet again there. And Tim, Carrie says the Littles is the old train station. There you are, Tim. Sir, seems that's better. I can hear you. I'm sorry, folks. It's just I have to turn the mic off when I play the videos. You hear that echo. Right, everybody on the bus. Everybody on the bus. Well, get that bloody ice cream out of your hand. Never mind. If it's an ice cream in your hand. Hurry up, get that. Everybody on the bus. Where's Lillian? She's in the bloody toilet with Phyllis again. See, freaking Phyllis. Lillian, that bloody toilet. Arm Shem Grogan sitting top of the steering wheel waiting for us to take off again. Right, folks, so we are now moving off again. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do this one. Will says, who's carrying me onto the bus? Did you have some cocktails, or Will? After we do this one, we're going to have a wee break, because we're actually going to have our dinner. Oh, no expense spared. Where we're going, we're stopping for 5 minutes or 10 minutes to have our wee dinner, because I have it all booked. Right, so where are we going now? We're on the bus and we're travelling again, and we're actually, believe it or not, going to Belfast city centre. Now you're all going, oh, what the hell is there to do in Belfast city centre? Sam says, hope they have eaten your stone sandwiches. What are my stone sandwiches, Sam? You bloody stole them as well. You were out all morning getting them our belts. So we're going to Belfast city centre. So we are. So Belfast, right? Irish is Belfirsty, or Belfarsty, whatever the hell it is the capital city and the principal port of Northern Ireland, standing on the banks of the River Lagan, and connected to the open sea through Belfast Lough and the North Channel. It is the second largest city in Ireland after Dublin, with an estimated population of 348,005 in 2022 and a metropolitan area population of 671,559. The first chartered as an English settlement in 1613, the town's early growth was driven by an influx of Scottish Presbyterians. Their descendants, dissatisfaction with Ireland's Anglican establishment contributed to the rebellion of 1798 and to the union with Great Britain in 1800s, later regarded as the key to the town's industrial transformation. When granted city status in 1888, Belfast was the world's largest centre of the linen manufacture, and by the 1900s, her shipyards were building up to a quarter of the total of the United Kingdom's tonnage. So there you go. Carrick said, we're going to see the big fish. You're going to see quite a lot of stuff here. 1613 fish. We're older than that in the burn. 1611. That's right, our Carrie dear. Now, just going to warn you now. I'm just going to warn you. The person who's doing this video, the accent is brutal. It's an American accent. I'm not being rude towards Americans, but he does say some things, some words wrong. But I thought this was the best thing, because this is going to give you the top 10 things to do in Belfast. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a 5-minute break, and then I'm going to show you 3 more locations after that. So here we go. Here's our Belfast. I'm going to turn my mic off, and if I forget to turn it back on when I come back, please remind me. So here's our Belfast. That's Belfast. Well, you're not on tonight. Right, see you in a minute.
The modern and lively city of Belfast is situated on the east coast of Ireland, straddling the border between countries Antrim and Down and the rivers Lagan and Farset. It is the capital city of Northern Ireland and is still a major port, with commercial and industrial docks. Belfast was the birthplace of the RMS Titanic, which famously struck an iceberg and sunk in 1912. This legacy is recalled in the renovated dockyard's Titanic Quarter, which includes the Titanic Belfast, an aluminum-clad museum reminiscent of a ship's hull. Belfast has an infectious atmosphere with a fabulous sense of humor and an ever-growing range of places to eat, drink, and be entertained. Before we get into the top 10 things to do in Belfast, we've included links in the description to various discount codes and links to resources of things to do, so make sure you check those out. At number 10 is Titanic Belfast. The old Harland and Wolff shipyard in Belfast Docks is where the world's most famous ocean liner was assembled. The head of the slipway where the Titanic was built is now occupied by a cutting-edge museum with a bold design. Titanic Belfast is a multimedia extravaganza that uses multisensory technology to send you back to Belfast in the 1910s when the Titanic was assembled and launched. You can see recreations of cabins on board, learn fascinating facts about the vessel, and even enjoy afternoon tea and a recreation of the famous grand staircase from the ship. Visitors can explore the iconic 6th-floor building and its 9 interactive galleries, taking you through the stories, sights, sounds, and even smells of Titanic. Number 9 is the Hop-On Hop-Off Bus Belfast. The Hop-On Hop-Off Bus Belfast is the best way to see all you want in this large port city, home to stunning architecture, world-class museums, and great attractions. From Belfast Castle to the historic Harbour District, hop on and off whenever you like, at all of Belfast's best, most convenient locations for sightseeing. Each bus is equipped with panoramic windows and audio guides, giving helpful commentaries along the route. At number 8 is Belfast Zoo. Belfast Zoological Gardens is located in a relatively secluded location on the northeastern slope of Cave Hill, overlooking Belfast Antrim Road, resulting in a uniquely tranquil environment for the animals. There are more than 130 different species in the park, along with favorites like giraffes, zebras, tigers, lions, and Asian elephants. The zoo has a schedule of feedings and talks, and an area where children can feed and befriend Shetland ponies, Tamworth pigs, miniature donkeys, and African pygmy goats. Number 7 is Belfast Castle Estate. Belfast Castle Estate is situated on the lower slopes of Cave Hill Country Park in North Belfast and has amazing views over Belfast Lough. It contains both parkland and mature mixed woodland and offers superb views of the city from a variety of points. The estate is home to many different species of wildlife, including long-eared owls and sparrowhawks. The park also features Cave Hill Adventure Playground, a local visitor center, landscaped gardens, a Millennium Herb Garden, eco-trails, and orienteering routes. At number 6 is Belfast Cathedral. Belfast Cathedral was built in stages at the beginning of the 20th century on the site of the old St. Anne's Parish Church, going back to 1776. It is one of Belfast's most magnificent buildings, with stunning stained glass windows, great mosaics, and beautiful Romanesque arches. Visitors can also see the Titanic Pall, which is a beautiful cross dedicated to those who sank with the Titanic in 1912. Number 5 is Belfast City Hall. Belfast's classical Renaissance-style City Hall was built in fine white Portland stone in 1906. This stunning Edwardian civic building in the center of the city offers free public tours led by an experienced guide. Take a tour around the beautifully decorated interior and learn about its history, or walk in the gardens to discover the Titanic Memorial, some lovely artwork, and beautiful statues. At number 4 is Belfast Botanical Gardens. These elaborate public gardens were established in 1828 by the Belfast Botanical and Horticultural Society in response to public interest in horticulture and botany. The 28-acre public park centers on the 19th century palm house that is a magnificent cast iron and glass construction with a birdcage dome. The site contains many exotic tree species and impressive plant collections, mainly from the southern hemisphere. Number 3 is HMS Caroline. Launched in 1914 and moored in the Titanic Quarter, HMS Caroline is a stunning vessel that fought at the Battle of Jutland in 1916. All of the amazing spaces across 3 decks have been recreated to look exactly as they did when HMS Caroline first left her slipway to enter the naval service. On board, you can see the restored cabins and mess, and check out interactive exhibitions about naval warfare in the First World War. At number 2 is Hillsborough Castle and Gardens. Built in the 1770s, Belfast Hillsborough Castle is the official residence of the royal family whenever they're visiting Northern Ireland, and the Secretary of State for Northern Ireland lives here year-round. Visitors can explore 40 hectares of gardens and get a guided tour of the castle and see elegant staterooms, the graceful drawing room, and even the regal throne room. And at number 1 is Stormont Parliament Buildings. The Parliament buildings are open to the public Monday to Friday, and visitors can take a free tour and explore the beautiful surroundings of the Stormont estate. The Parliament building is just 15 minutes from the city centre, set in parkland, and enjoys imposing views across Belfast to the Black Mountain and Belfast Hills. There are 6 pillars in the portico, each representing one of Northern Ireland's countries, while the building is 365 feet wide, each foot representing a day of the year. So that sums up our top 10 things to do in Belfast. We hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe. Until next video, have a great day.
Sorry about the accent. Belfast, a lie. Parliament is open to the public, but not the staff. AJ, you just took it right out of my mouth. It might as well be used for something, because them ones all sit there and do nothing. Don't start me. Don't start me. So there you go. That was the top 10 things to do in Belfast. It is the major city in Northern Ireland, so I couldn't leave it out. Right, folks, we're going to have a 3-minute break, and then we're going to be back with our final 3 locations. I hope you are not bored. I hope you are enjoying this. I'm really enjoying it. I think the videos have been really, really good. And I will see you in 3 minutes. So I'll be back in a minute. See you in a minute. Hello? 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 Is that the place there? Hello there, it's your Auntie Lillian there. Oh, you don't know who your Auntie Lillian is? Oh, I keep forgetting, dear. It's Elizabeth Burns, dear. I'm having an awful trouble, dear. I'm having awful trouble around me, dear. Desperate. All my fans are at my Wendy's, dear. It's desperate. I don't know what to do, dear. Our Willie's distracted, so he can't get out this white stilettos or nothing, but don't know what to do, dear. What am I going to do? You're going to come up and remove them? Could you come and help me, dear? I think Lillian's got her fans in her windows, dear. It's desperate, so it is. What am I going to do till you get here, dear? Don't look at them. What do you mean, don't look at them? It's not the point of being outside there. Their hands are all over my Wendy's. My Wendy cleaner was only here this morning. My Wendy's are going to be bogging, dear. I'm going to have him back tomorrow. I can't afford a bloody Wendy cleaner every day. Now hurry up and get them out and get to the hell's gates out of this, dear. My Wendy's are going to be stinking. Just said, why? The same to me here is quick as can, dear, but you can't rely on them, dear. It's desperate. You may get the bucket and the sponge ready, dear, if we get rid of them, dear. I get my Wendy's clean. My Wendy's are going to be bogging. Yeah. Logan's not worried about the people outside the house. She's worried about her Wendy's. That video actually, I know I forgot to turn it off, Lee. I forgot to turn it off. It's a habit. That video was done a long, long time ago, and I just found it tonight. Doesn't mean, you know, son, we're just going to throw that in. Sorry about the echo, folks, but I forgot to turn the mic off. Sorry about that. Right, is everybody ready? Is everybody fed? Is everybody watered? Right, back on the bus. Up we go. We're coming to the last three. This is a very busy bus journey. Isn't it? We'll be sleeping for a week. Right, okay. So our next port of call. Now, these places, well, Tim says those people are trying to get out, not in. Turning the tables on alibi. Right. Now, the next area that there are areas that we're going to, they used to be known as, they're two separate places, but when people spoke about them, they were always known as this and this. But recently they have become two separate places, which will maybe give you a clue to where we're going next. Because years and years ago, people used to turn around and say we're going to the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum. Not anymore. It's the Ulster Folk Museum and separately the Transport Museum. Now, this is what I believe. Our Carrie will probably know better than me. But as far as I know, they're two separate places now. So what we're doing is we're flying down and we're heading towards Bangor. Yes. So we're going to stop off at the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum. Now, the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum, folks, has been there as long as I can remember. And just to let you know, there is a little line of houses in the Ulster Folk and Transport Museum called T Lane. And actually, one of those houses was my aunt's, my Aunt Martha, who actually our John mum actually knew the day Lillian went down for John's mum and dad's anniversary. We actually learned that our John McMaster's mum knew my Aunt Martha. So there you go. It's a small, small world. Lee says, come have a coffee. You can certainly have. Now, hang on. Carrie's actually backing me up here because she's saying you can't even get a dual ticket anymore to the Folk and Transport Museums. They operate separately. So I was right. Thank God for that. And AJ says, I thought we were popping in to see Willie at the TV Club. No, we're not going to see Willie at the TV Club. I don't know where the TV Club is. AJ. I keep saying TJ. AJ. Right, so let's look at the folk museum first. Do you know what I'm going to do to save a wee bit of time? I'm going to go to the folk museum and then I'm going to go straight over to the transport museum. Okay, so here is the folk museum, and this covers a vast area, folks. And this is only a small snippet of what is actually there. I love it. When I used to go to school, it was part of our school trips, and I always picked to go there. I absolutely love it. When you walk in, you feel as if you're walking back in time. You think you've traveled back on a time machine. So here we go. I'm going to turn my volume off first. So here we go.
The Ulster Transport Museum is an automotive zoo with displays of captive steam locomotives, motorcycles, trams, buses, and cars.
The museum also has an impressive Titanic exhibit. Both the Titanic and her sister ship, the Britannic, were built in Belfast. Note the difference in seating in first class in this picture as compared to seating in second class. Here are two DeLorean fans reenacting a famous scene from Back to the Future 3.
The highlight of the car collection is a prototype of the stainless steel-clad DeLorean DMC built in Belfast in 1981.
Note the similarity in design between the Lotus Esprit and the DeLorean. The DeLorean was designed by Lotus.
And there you go, folks. That was the Ulster Folk Museum and also the Transport Museum. Wasn't it bloody amazing? By the way, folks, if you are going to either of these museums and you have mobility problems, there is mobility scooters available. I know there's mobility scooters available in the Folk Museum, which I would say they'll probably be in the Transport Museum as well. Right, folks, we've got one more port of call. Let's catch up with everybody's saying here. Talking about a DeLorean car where my grandmother actually worked. My grandmother worked in DeLorean, so she did. I don't know what she did on it, like, but when she left it, Happadorian Bloody Motor Company was in her house. That's another story. Carrie says each part was stamped with her number. It was definitely, oh, they were talking about, oh, sounds being controversial. He says it was said that the Titanic didn't sink, it was the sister ship because it wasn't finished in time. And Carrie says each part was stamped with her number. It was definitely her went down. Lots of fascinating documentaries and books about the Titanic. Such a sad story. And you know something? And I've said this before. Yes, it's a fascinating story. Yes, it's sad what happened. Yes, it's nice to talk about the Titanic. But see, with the excavation and also concerned, my personal view is it's enough. Let the people rest. Just let those people rest who are still down there. And that's all I'm going to say. Right, so we're going to our last port of call tonight. And you couldn't come to Northern Ireland without going to Bangor. So it's not far from museums, and we're going from Bangor. What was the old song said? It's 6 miles from Bangor to Donaghadee. Tra-la-la. John says it's a money-making scheme. Now, it is just getting a wee bit too much. Okay. Bangor is a city in the County Down, Northern Ireland, on the southern side. Why am I going all butch? On the southern side of Belfast Lough. It is within Belfast metropolitan area and is 13 miles east of Belfast city centre, to which it is linked by the A2 road and the Belfast to Bangor railway line. By the way, folks, if you do get a train now to Bangor, you can't get a train straight through from Lisburn. You have to change at the Grand Central Station, which you didn't have to do before, but you have to do it now. Where are we now? The population was 64,596 in 2021 census. Bangor was granted city status in 2022, becoming Northern Ireland's 6th city. Bangor Abbey was an important and influential monastery founded in the 6th century by St. Comgall. Bangor grew during the 17th century plantation of Ulster when many Scottish settlers arrived. Today, tourism is important to the local economy, particularly in the summer months, and plans are being made for a long-delayed redevelopment, which I think has actually happened now on the seafront, and a notable historical building in the city of Bangor, Old Custom House. The largest plot of private land in the area, the Clandy Estate, which is a few miles from the city centre, belonged to the Marchioness of Dufferin and Ava. Bangor holds the Royal Ulster and Ballyholme yacht clubs. Bangor Marina is one of the largest in Ireland and holds blue flag status. So let's have a look at Bangor, our last protocol. And everybody can do wee-wees in Bangor. Not in the sea now, because blue flag status. So here's our Bangor, our last port of call. And there you go, folks. That was our banger. I'm going to get the comments back up again. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that little coach trip. I am going to be doing one of these, folks, once a month. So they're just a very, very skim of what we have got here. And what really annoys me, and I think you all know what I'm going to say here, when people turn around and say there's nothing to go to here, there's nothing to do here, that's only a skim. There's a load more. Another thing that I noticed tonight when we were playing the videos, and I was watching in the comments, that a lot of you are sharing your memories also about going to these places, which is good. Colleen says Dark Hedges the next time, absolutely. Pardon me, but a lot of you have been sharing your memories, and I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it's just unbelievable. John says he loved it. Carrie says this was great, thank you. Love seeing what we have on offer. And John McMaster says what a wonderful wee place we live in. So once again, folks, we'll be doing one of these once a month. If you have any suggestions about where you'd like me to look at, Tim wants to know what the dark hedges are, Killian. As far as I know, Tim, the dark hedges are the trees, I think, which appeared in Game of Thrones. Maybe I'm wrong. Which are near Portrush. You know them trees that go like that? You see them in the Game of Thrones. Killian says, I love this. Something completely different and exciting. And Jackie says, brilliant. Thank you so much. So as I say, folks, I'll be doing one of these once a month. And what I'm actually planning to do maybe next month is do maybe some places that we don't normally hear about. You know, you always hear Northern Ireland about Jan's Causeway and all that there, and that's the reason why I didn't cover it tonight, but I will cover it through time, because that seems to be the Jan's Causeway, the Titanic. I know Titanic was mentioned, but what I want to do next month is I want to see unfamiliar places, beauty spots, and things that people don't know about. So if you have any suggestions, please private message me. Michelle says the Marble Arch Caves in County Fermanagh. There's so much, folks. But again, you get the moans. There's none here. There's nothing today. Right, folks, don't forget, Andy Gilligan will be here on Friday night. Unfortunately, it is on Facebook only. The only thing I can do is post the replay on YouTube afterwards. It's just we are having problems with the live on the YouTube Lillian's channel. So if you want to come to check it out with Auntie Lillian on Facebook on Friday night, it starts at 8 p.m. The event is in there. Please click going, and then you'll get all the notifications about going live. Auntie Lillian is doing supermarket sandwiches this week. So she is. Unfortunately, she can't do the birthday cake or anything because they're not available in Northern Ireland. Everybody says, Tracy says, oh, I have loads of suggestions. Carrie's talking about the dark trees, the trees that appeared in the Game of Thrones. Carrie says, you know what I'm going to say, the Downpatrick and County Down Railway. And Will says, great night. I'm really glad you enjoyed it, folks. I really am. AJ says Raffling Island is another one. Temper Life says maybe a coach trip to the Blue Building. And Tim also says thank you for a very informative night. And Tim, believe it or not, you and the other people from the mainland as well are another reason why I did this, to show you what we have here. Because as you know, Northern Ireland through time has never had very good press about all this shit and shite that's gone on in the past. We have some beautiful places. We have a lot to offer. The people are friendly and they're very hospitable. And you are more than welcome to visit anytime. So listen, folks, thank you very much for coming in tonight. I'm actually glad you all stayed. I actually thought that some of you would back up, but you haven't. And Will says, I could see us all going on a real coach trip. Never say never. Will, it would be good crack. It would be good crack. Okay, folks, so don't forget, Andy Lillian will be here this Friday night. Click going in the event if you're coming. Also, don't forget, hopefully next Tuesday we'll have this guy, what do you call him? I'll bring him up again there just before I go. Oh, jeez, I'm bringing up Connolly and everything here. Hang on. And Stuart's bringing up the wrong thing. Can't do it. But anyway, hang on. Hold on 2 seconds, folks. Hold on. Hold on. What was that, Connolly? That was Banger. No, because Stuart could do this. There he is. This is Matthew, and hopefully we'll have him next week, all being well. Once again, Matthew has lived all his life with autism and ADHD, and recently he has become a published author of some interesting books about unsolved murders, and different things like that there. So I am speaking to him tomorrow, so I will keep you informed. So thank you very much, folks, for coming tonight, and I will see you all very, very soon. And by the way, folks, if you're watching this on YouTube, please give it a thumbs up as well. Thank you so much, folks. Good night. Look after yourselves. And as Andy Williams says, get it up your way, you're young. Right, I'll see you all later. Cheerio.